Hello friends, I'm Louie Louie and today I'll talk about live albums, the greatest rock and roll live albums of all time, in my opinion of course. You know that moment when your favorite artist hits the stage and you can see and hear everything, the boom notes, the spot on moments. Sometimes the singer forgets the lyrics and the audience claps and sings along. Summing up, rock and roll music the way it should be. I think rock and roll is really rock and roll when it's inside a club, an arena, a huge football stadium like MetLife, Wembley Stadium, with thousands of people watching, singing, screaming. If I wanted to, I could maybe make up 200 top 5s with the greatest rock and roll live albums of all time. But here I can only choose 5. It was a very, very difficult mission, but I swear I did my best, so here we go. 5. Made in Japan, released by Deep Purple in 1972. 3 memorable nights that, thank God, were not confined to the Japanese people only. Made in Japan was the first relevant heavy metal live album, and after its release, Rich Blackmore, Ian Gillan, Roger Glover, John Lord, and Ian Pace started to be worshipped all around the world. If you still haven't heard this album, don't worry. You have time, and please listen to the powerful version of Highway Star. 4. The Royal Albert Hall Concert by Bob Dylan. This album presents his famous concert in 1966, which was only released 32 years later in 1998. This album captures one of the first of Dylan's electric concerts. In fact, the show recorded here took place at Free Trade Hall, Manchester, UK. That's why the expression Royal Albert Hall is located inside quotation marks. At the end of the concert, someone in the audience yells, "Judas!" to which Dylan replies, "You are a liar." Then he turns to his band and says, "Play it loud." Soon, almost everybody surrenders to the new electric sound of Bob Dylan. Last year, Bob Dylan finally released the real Royal Albert Hall concert on CD, but for me the Royal Albert Hall with the quotation marks is a little better. 3. Alive by Kiss. Is it possible to capture all the energy of a concert into an album? Certainly not, but I think Alive got close to achieving exactly this. The album presents a very raw band with only 2 years behind them of a recording career. In 1975, unlike today, the music was the most important thing in a Kiss concert, and by listening to this album, you can feel the sheer electricity of one of the greatest rock and roll spectacles on earth. It's simply rock and roll all night and party every day to this day. 2. At Fillmore East by the Allman Brothers Band, released in 1971. At the time, like Kiss, the band had released only 2 studio albums, and who said that they needed more? Duane and Greg Allman shine on this sensational live jam session. It's impossible to listen to this album and not feel goosebumps rising on your arms, on your neck, everywhere. Do you doubt it? So do yourself a favor and listen to the great version of Whipping Post, Your Life Will Never Be the Same. 1. Live at Leeds by The Who, my number 1, my favorite live album. For me, live albums could be split before and after Live at Leeds. The album hit stores in 1970. The Who had released the rock opera Tommy 1 year before and was one of the most important rock bands at the time. The original album has only 6 tracks, but in 2011 a special edition was released with the entire concert on it, including the rock opera Tommy from top to bottom. I really recommend it. I think you will not regret it. And this is our top 5 and a very difficult one, as I said. I have a lot of albums, unfortunately, out of my list, like Frampton Comes Alive by Peter Frampton, Live at the Apollo by James Brown, Live After Death by Iron Maiden, Stage by David Bowie, Live Dead by Grateful Dead. So maybe I can make another video on this subject someday, like a volume 2, I don't know. And I would like to know what your favorite rock and roll live album of all time is. Please leave your comments and see you soon. Bye bye.